One thing that I learned about life, and especially love, is the fact that everybody seems to wake up when it gets real. Whenever that person that you're so used to having around you may potentially be at risk, or you may no longer have access to them, is when most people really snap out of it. And truthfully, most people don't even realize how much they care until the silence it. The reason that I wanted to get on here and speak to y'all today is to really just emphasizing the importance on loving people the right way the first time. I've always been a type to try to have people prove or show me something before I gave them the best version of me. And all this has done is just made love conditional. It put me in a position to minimize my true efforts and the way that I feel, just simply waiting on the next person to show me something in order to be who I truly am. And then after so much time went on, I started to realize that I was losing myself in the process of trying to have people earn me. When in reality, I should have just always remained who I was. And if people didn't align with that, then it would have been much easier to walk away. But when you're somebody that's withheld, when you're somebody that know deep down inside that a person that you love did not experience the best version of you, or at least a version of you that you know you're capable of showing, it is going to eat you alive when that person walks away. When somebody is genuinely fed up, when they no longer want to entertain the bad cycles that y'all may have been dragging along this entire time, it is not going to feel good seeing the person that you spent years with, maybe even decades with, finally deciding to give somebody else a chance because you blew it. And the thing about love that I've witnessed, it's like everyone finally wants to try when it's too late. It's like whenever somebody's faced with real consequences of their actions, suddenly everybody just learns how to be that perfect person, or they know what they should or what they shouldn't be doing. And I just feel like this damages so many people because you don't have to break somebody down or mold them or try to shape them into a version that you want them to be in order to love them. Freedom comes from learning how to love a person where they're at, helping them build, helping them grow. But don't base it on conditions and wanting to see them show you certain things before you can finally learn to open up and be yourself. This is probably the number one thing that's held me back in all of my relationships. Just the very fact that I've always thought that it made sense to have people prove something to me. So if you're somebody that's dealing with somebody today and you know deep down inside that that person is rocking with you and they love you and you have them by your side, you need to cherish them, because I promise you, if God chose to remove them from your life, it would eat you alive. Nobody wants to see somebody that they've dedicated so much time to suddenly move on and be with somebody else. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It doesn't matter how many motivational videos you watch. It will hurt. I went through it. The way that you treat somebody today can be the memory that they replay tomorrow. And what it ends up boiling down to in the long run is it doesn't even matter if this person's hurt you. It doesn't even matter if this person may have caused you pain, trauma, cheated, whatever you want to call it. All you can do is look at yourself in the mirror and correct what you've done. That person may not necessarily be more open to giving grace when it comes to you, but when it comes to them, obviously they want to receive it. They want you to be patient. They want you to be kind. The double standard will always be crazy. That's why I'm just a firm believer that we really have to be way more intentional with our energy, our time, and just where we're spending all of our hours at. It's okay to love somebody, but it's not okay to string somebody along while you figure out who you truly are and have your cake and eat it too. This has caused me so much hurt and so much pain, and then what's left is that I had to do the deep work. I had to be somebody that was accepting and that was honest and that finally just realized that, okay, I can't blame that person for being who they were. Did they do things that I didn't like? Of course, but I can't change them. I need to work on molding myself into the man that I need to be, because that's the only way that something is going to change. God's not asking you to be perfect, but he is asking you to be present and to be intentional and at least try. All it takes is genuine effort to see a difference. But you need to understand that you don't lose people for no reason. If you're faced with some form of loss, or if you're dealing with any type of heartbreak right now, the lessons that you're learning behind it is molding and shaping you into the person that you need to be. It may not feel good. It may hurt you knowing that you're not with somebody that you want to be with. Or even if you caused the hurt, that can still possibly bring pain upon you. but there's a deeper meaning behind it all, and you just have to see it through. And the crazy thing about life is the fact that most people give flowers at a funeral, but learn to give flowers while people are still present. Learn to cherish, learn to spread love, learn to appreciate, deeply appreciate those that you genuinely want to be with while they're here. Because I promise you, there's gonna come a time where if you're doing somebody wrong, one day they will wake up. One day they will not be accepting, and they will choose to be without you. It doesn't matter if it was both of you guys playing games. It doesn't matter if it was one person or it may have just been you. When somebody decides to be the bigger person and to walk away, it is going to bother you because you've invested time, you've invested resources, energy, and all of these things we're naturally tied to as human beings. And I feel like so many relationships die not because the lack of love, but really just the lack of energy and effort on both ends. It's like a seesaw. One day a person may be pulling 80%, the next the other person may be pulling 20. And then there's that constant shift and constant balance, and people are often never on the same page. You need to do what you can do to make sure that your relationships are equally grounded. You need to be equally yoked with your partner. I didn't realize how much I was holding somebody back until I finally lost them. But it shouldn't take you losing somebody that you love in order for you to learn to do better. You just have to be accepting. You just have to be open. Put the pride aside, put all the games aside, and really do what you need to do while people are in your life. Because it doesn't matter how cool you are, it doesn't matter how much money you got, anybody can be left. We're all humans and we can all feel something deep down inside. But when you lose that one person that God has for you, or you believe that God had for you, somebody that was really riding and showed you loyalty, showed you respect, done things that nobody else had probably ever done for you, I guarantee it's going to be very hard for you to replace that. It's going to take a lot of time for you to find somebody that's willing to do all of that for you. And it sucks because giving people apologies after the damage that you've caused is like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. They may hear you, they may accept it, they may even potentially forgive you, but that person is not going to forget. And then the only thing that's going to be left is space and time away. And who knows if you will ever get another chance with that person. And I'm not talking about just these little relationships that people choose to be in. I'm talking about somebody that if it's your partner and you're deeply in love with them and you know that you want to be with them, but you've just been acting up or you may not have been aligned, and whatever the case may be, you need to get right. It is not worth losing the person that you feel like you want to be with for the rest of your life. And you'd be surprised how much somebody that genuinely loves you can accept and tolerate. All they want to see is effort. They're not asking you to be perfect. They're just asking you to meet them halfway. And until you can do that, you'll constantly fall short. And just to give y'all a little background information on why I'm making this video, man, is because I was dealing with somebody that definitely was a person who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But I based love on conditions, what they showed me, whether they were being loyal, whether they were doing A, B, and C to meet my needs. And I withheld so much until I seen those certain things being done. And if they were never done, then I just never did what I was supposed to do. And all it did was put me in a position where my overall character was diminished, because this person never got to witness or experience the best version of me. All because I didn't know how to love, all because I didn't understand that love is not conditional. If you love somebody, you stand true to who you are and you express that version of love that you have. If that person can't meet you there, then that's fine. It'll be much easier to walk away knowing that you were being who you truly are, rather than trying to walk away knowing that you withheld and knowing that you deeply care about this person, but it just went the wrong way. And the crazy part is, because around the time where you finally realize that you should have loved that person the right way will be when somebody else may be loving them. Do not risk sacrificing somebody that you truly care for because you can't man up, or you can't be a big enough woman, to express yourself. You may never know when that last conversation may be to just love the people that you have around you. Do not take anybody for granted. It's not worth losing the people that you genuinely love and want to be with. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue J Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.